Well, Charles I, probably the biggest influence on Anglo-American constitutional development, with the exception of Magna Carta. And it could be said that the reaction Charles I made Magna Carta something that would not ever go away. Um, Charles I was not a bad guy, but he was a person who was convinced, uh, absolutely convinced that he was right. He had, as I put here, absolute certainties. Um, he believed that his family, the Stuarts from Scotland, had been chosen by God to reign over this kingdom, um, and that uh, once a king had been properly crowned, complete with the religious rituals, then that king was responsible for the kingdom and could legislate for the kingdom. Uh, and there's no doubt in his mind about this. This doesn't leave much room for Parliament in there. And so, he's going to stick to his guns in a manner of speaking and say that he's following God's orders. He had a bit of bad luck in the sense that he was scheduled to marry someone from Spain, state marriage, as it were. And so, but door number one got shut on him. And as a result, he ends up marrying the youngest princess from France at that time, Henrietta Maria. Now, the French royal family had been Catholic, had converted to Protestantism, then had gone back to being Catholic. And so as a result, this was not a popular marriage. The English may not be 100% anti-Catholic, but they're 100% suspicious of Catholics, and except for the English who were actually Catholic. And this is not a very this is probably one of the least popular marriages ever made by a member of the royal family. Henrietta Maria was a very convinced Catholic, and in fact, she will not ever be crowned queen, because in England, the coronation of the queen is a Protestant rite. Not much different than the Catholic rite, to be truthful with you, but it's still a Protestant rite. And she would not participate. And the Protestant churches didn't want her. So she is, she's unpopular. She thinks she's still living in France. And she does things which maybe the French monarchy can get away with, excesses, as it were, but which in England you have no chance of getting away with. Underlying all of this was the fact that Charles simply couldn't afford his own foreign policy. And so, under normal circumstance, what you would do is you would go before Parliament. This is foreshadowed by Magna Carta and by the coronation of Henry IV, and ask him for money. Simple thing to do. But remember, Charles doesn't think that he needs to consult with Parliament, and he abhorred Parliament. So he resorted to what are called forced loans. Forced loans are very interesting. It's a contradiction in terms. But basically, the king can say, well, thank you for those 50 pounds. I'll get it back to you someday. Now, the courts ruled in the Five Knights case that that indeed a forced loan is legal, and it kind of is, except for the fact that if it's never paid back, and everybody knew that Charles would never pay the stuff back, so it's a tax. And so Parliament is going to be very unhappy with this. And they are going to they're going to present Charles very politely, I think, with a petition of right. And that's going to set the world afire. Okay, it's going to set the English island afire. And Charles is not going to be very happy with this at all. Okay, everybody. Have better luck than Charles did. Stay healthy out there, stay wise. And if you can't stay wise, for goodness sakes, stay lucky. Bye-bye.